Hey, it's Randy T-Bird out here on Sunday morning, out here in stormy Arizona. Looks like there's one coming. I hope I can dodge this on the way home. I knew it was a risk going out today of rain, but I had to get out. The wind's blowing and the air is cool, so chances are it's coming. You know, I'm hoping not to get caught, but you know, sometimes it happens. Nice and cool out today. A little humid, but overall not too bad. Just trying out my new Sundowner seat that I put on, the solo seat that Harley sells. Wow, what a comfortable seat. It's a little bit on the wide side, but it fits the lines of the bike well. And oh my God, it's comfortable. This is what I missed on the last bike, was the comfort of the Heritage. It just the ergonomics on this bike are wonderful. I've never really been a big fan of forward controls, but on this bike they just seem to fit better than others that I've had. I had a Road King. I just always felt like I was just completely stretched out on that bike. This one is anyway, I know the guy was flashing his lights at me. I'm not sure what that was about. Anyway, I always feel really exposed and vulnerable when I'm at a light, and especially on a major highway when the speeds are higher and I'm sitting there by myself. So I never take it out of gear so I can dart between cars if I need to. I've actually done that and avoided being hit one time. I went up on a sidewalk and the car that was coming rear-ended the car that was in front of me. That was pretty sketchy. Anyway, just talking about some of the things that I'd like to do to this bike. I'm definitely going to get some exhaust. I couldn't find the S&S pipes that I had. I hope I didn't throw them away. I hope I sold them at a swap meet or something. I don't remember doing it, but I would rather think that I did that than just somehow tossing them out. I did throw away some old stock pipes that I'd had from Dyna's and whatever. I'm trying to clean out my garage a little bit, and I hope I didn't accidentally toss them. That's a big bite. But I ordered some Vance & Hines Eliminator 300s. I like the way they sound. I like the way they look. They really fit the lines of this bike well, and it's hard to go wrong with Vance & Hines products. No disrespect to S&S, is what I had. Clouds are getting thicker. I'm going to be going by the area here where the power poles blew down here not too much longer. It's been a week and a half since we had that storm, and we had a microburst or something out here, and it took down some really large power poles, and it looks like it might have been some of the older ones that were wood, but it snapped them off. And a lot of people lost power for a couple of days. One of my buddies was down for 2.5 days in 110 plus heat. I think I would have had to have gone to a hotel or something. That happened to me back in the 80s. People that I shared a house with, the compressor went bad, and he couldn't afford to fix it in the AC system, the compressor. And we had to go about 3 weeks in August heat, and it was bad. It was very bad. I mean, you'd have to get up in the middle of the night and take a shower, go back to bed wet, and maybe not even be able to get to sleep before 2 a.m. in the morning. And you know, when you're working, that's kind of hard. We were younger then, so maybe easier now than it would be on me now, but it just was so uncomfortable in the house that I mean, you prayed for a storm or something, but they didn't come. So that was ugly. As you can see, the farther we get down here, the power poles are older. They're the old the wood ones, and okay, we're coming up to the work zone here where they're replacing those poles. This is pretty wild. We get these things sometimes in the summer in microbursts, and if you don't know what a microburst is, it is a vicious downwind that comes down there. The microbursts have caused planes to crash. A lot of people think they're tornadoes because the wind shear is so incredible. It takes roofs off of houses, it blows mobile homes over. It's even been known to knock over trucks, you know, semi-trucks and trailers. But that's what the Weather Service said happened out here. And I apologize to you that do know what a microburst is. So, you know, I'm just trying to educate the folks who don't know. So, yeah. Not really my lot in life, but I do it anyway. Anyway, I digress. So here they're moving all the traffic onto the southbound lanes. As I came up earlier, it shifted over so that they can do this work. As you can see, the big cranes there taking care of that mess. You can see the power lines are still down. This is a major transmission line that comes down from the lakes and whatever, at least part of them. So this affects the north end of Mesa and things of that nature. Actually, a lot of the eastern side. They got us down to a lower speed limit here. As you can see, they continue to work on these poles. There's one there that's snapped off. Wow, that pole's got to be at least a foot in diameter and it's just snapped off like a toothpick. They got all the heavy lifting gear out here, and they're working on these things on Sunday morning. You know, so no overtime for the Salt River Project, one of the power utilities here. I say no overtime, I mean they're on overtime. They must be making a bunch of money, these guys are. But they're having to give up their weekends to do it. But I guess the folks that work for those kinds of places, the utilities and whatever, are pretty much on call all the time when the weather causes a problem. So, you know, hats off to those guys for taking care of us. You know, of course, I do make a monthly donation to them every month that's somewhat significant. So, however that goes, you know, everybody's got utility bills. Some places, like out here, can be more than a lot of places in the country. I remember back in the early 70s, I first moved away from home, I'd have electric bills of $11 and $12 a month. It seems surreal that it was like that back then. But you gotta have your air conditioning out here or it is not habitable. And the dump is closed. I mean, you know, how bad do things have to get when they close the dump? So, but I'm gonna have to turn off up here because the rest of the highway, there's more power poles down, and I'm gonna have to take a detour here down Gilbert Road. There's a BMW. So, coming up here to the detour, so I gotta slow down. I never trust drivers in these things, they get all confused. Left turn lights on, so we're good there. I take this road from time to time as opposed to going down through the Mesa, and don't have a choice today, but it's not a bad way to go through the Ripper Bottom here. Looking pretty dark down to the south. I'm sure that they're gonna get something there today. They were predicting 20 to 30% chance of rain today, but then they upgraded it, it looks like, here not too long ago to 50% chance. So it's going to happen. If you look off in the distance, you can see some virga or some rain, light rain coming down. We get a lot of virga up here in the summertime. It's so heat that it's so hot that it just evaporates before it hits the ground. But I'm just out here and enjoying the relatively cool air on my brand new 2022 Heritage Softail 114. Back on a comfortable motorcycle. It feels really good. It took me a long time to get used to windshields, but now I'm pretty good. I don't think I could ride without one anymore. It sure takes a lot of the wind blast and fatigue out of your ride. And you younger guys that want to blast around without a windshield, hey, more power to you. I did it for a lot of years, but I'm all about comfort here in my senior years that I am. You know, I'm just happy and thrilled to still be able to ride, and hope that I can do it for many more years. But you do require a little bit more comfort when you get older, so that's why I went back to the Heritage. Anyway, coming back to town, not a whole lot to see down here. This is Randy T-Bird out here in Arizona. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't. It's free and is absolutely minimal effort to do so. You just punch on my image there, and you're subscribed. You can hit the notification bell if you like such things. If you'd like to see when I make videos, I usually do it once a week. Sometimes I'll get in two, but it just depends on how my time goes. And I'm happy to be able to share my rides with you, and I hope you're all doing well. This is Randy T-Bird. I'm out.